Hey everyone, this is Chef. Welcome back to Uma. Let's get into it with our free support pulls for the day, and then go and try one more time to build a decent long runner for team trials. We've been doing a lot of deck iteration over the last few days. I think we're mostly onto something that works. It's just a question of execution at this point, and getting the right run with the right supports to line up at the same time. This, so far, is not looking like a fantastic set of pulls, but we could still get useful golds here at the end. Auction isn't great. Yukino Baijin isn't great. We're not really getting anything useful out of that. But that's okay. We've got more pulls tomorrow. So what did we do last time? In the last video, we worked on Ticket a bit more, and we came up with a deck that works better, although it produced a significantly worse rated runner. We're working with triple speed, Tosin Jordan for a recovery, Shinko Windy for a race bonus, and then Sweep Tosho is just a good generic speed card because we don't have great speed cards right now. Ichi Amazon and Nishino Flower as power cards that have decent race bonus that also pull our stamina up a little bit, and then we're borrowing Creek instead of Fuku's SSR Speed as a second gold recovery skill in Swinging Maestro, and also a support card that's just good at wandering around to different trainings and helping things out with a decent chunk of training bonus and good race bonus and a bit of mood effect stapled on as well. At least I think she has mood effect. We can double check. Either way, this deck works. This was a fairly low roll run. I don't think it's super representative of what this deck can actually do. So we're going to try this one more time, except this run we're going to try it with Tamamo, because Tamamo has even more stamina growth than Winning Ticket does, and I think it's going to help us hit that 900 to 1000 plus 2 gold recoveries range a little bit easier than with Ticket. So let's jump in and give that a try. We'll go ahead and use Tamamo Cross. For Parent, we are primarily looking for stamina inheritances. We are not going to worry about inheriting for Mile. It's fairly difficult to get Mile from E all the way up to something usable, which would be B or better. So we're going to skip that. I'm not going to sacrifice that many pink sparks for it, and we're just going to accept that we can't run Mile races. It is annoying, but it isn't a complete deal breaker. We have a fairly good stamina parent that we can use for Tamamo here. We have Stam, Stam, Stam. Long, long, long. I think that is perfect to use on our end. And then for the second legacy, we are looking for that Narita Bryan that we keep using. So I believe if we just go off of 2 stamina, she should pop up fairly easily. Yeah, here she is. Long, 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 with a 9-star stamina inherit. This is going to be an End Closer Tamamo Cross. We have End to A, so we don't have to do anything on that there. But we are going to keep an eye out for interesting End Closer hints. We don't have a ton of room, I think, to really change the deck up for End Closers. We do have our own Admire Vega. The SSR, not the Guts card. I don't think she's going to be good enough to use, though, because we don't have race bonus unlocked. We would need 1 extra copy of her to unlock this race bonus for me to really think about using her for this deck. So in the meantime, we're just going to accept that Ichi Amazon has a few relevant hints for End Closers, and the rest of those hints we're just going to get by virtue of doing races. And then for our borrow, we're going to grab Creek, and this is going to be the deck. Creek herself has 15% training effectiveness. She does not have mood bonus, but the idea is that every once in a while, Creek is going to wander off of stamina training and go somewhere else, and when she does, we can hit this extra 15% training effectiveness so that we're getting more stats out of the other facility that she went to. So we're using her as a pseudo-roaming card that is sometimes going to be contributing stamina, looking for triple rainbow trainings out of this triangle of speed cards here. And then double power trainings are going to be okay in terms of building up our power, but also our stamina, aiming for that 1000 threshold or so. Let's jump in, see how this works. And then after this deck, we're going to go back to working on our medium team trials runners, because we have not even touched those yet. So, for better or worse, this is going to be the last long team trials run we do for at least a little while. Our first 12 turns are very, very similar to URA Finale. We're just going to be looking to maximize friendship. All of these facilities are at 1, so let's just fix our mood immediately. We don't really want to do any of those trainings. None of them are that good. It's a beautiful speed training, though. I don't need to see anything else. It is not possible for another training to be better than that speed training, because half of our supports are there already. 1 friend, 3 friends at power, pretty good. I think we can take that fairly happily. The other thing to remember about Tamamo's growths here is that with 10% power, 20% stamina, we are getting a full 30% bonus stats when we train on power. So when we can, we actually want to try and train power to maximize the numbers that we're getting out of this deck in general for Tamamo specifically. That said, I still think speed is more important, considering we have a 0% speed growth, so if I see a good speed training, I'm going to take a good speed training. We would like to level that speed training facility up as much as we can, so that we can get to speed cap by the end of the run. We'll take speed here. We should not ever need to pick stamina or power in any event, because I think our growths and deck are going to take care of that fairly easily. This is looking like a power training that's just better than everything else around it, and then we'll be going directly into a rest, probably. Unless we hit a big energy recovery. One friend, 3 friends on guts is pretty good, but not at a 28% chance to fail. It's just going to be a rest to get our energy back. One friend, no friends. 2 friends, but on guts. 3 friends on speed. It's a speed training all day. And slow metabolism. I'd be happy to. 3 friends on speed again. 2 friends on guts. Still going to be a speed training. These are nice trainings so far. There's speed training to 2. 1, 1, 2. 1 on guts, 2 on power. You can probably make this a power training. I would like to spend a little bit of time training wit here just to manage energy a bit, but the trainings have been fairly good. This is our wit opportunity, finally. So let's manage a little bit of energy here. Power 10 versus stamina 10. I mean, we're not going to need the help on power. I'll just take the stamina. It's far more important to get to cap on that. If you're going to make me pick, I'll pick stamina. 2 friends power, 2 friends speed, 2 friends guts. This is still a speed training for me. And then this is debut. We should not have any skills that we need to buy at this point. We haven't really gotten any relevant hints. We'll head right into debut. We want to run as End Closer rather than Late Surger, because the style that you choose during the run is actually the hints that you get for doing a rival race. So we are going to stick as End the whole time, even though it makes us more likely to get blocked, because we're interested in getting those relevant hints. First shot, double grilled carrot. Wow, wow, wow. And then we grab a Guts manual out of here as well. It's just another spend of our coins. I actually don't need to buy that. A Guts manual is efficient. You're paying 15 coins for plus 7 Guts. The issue is that we actually don't really care about Guts as a stat. I think I'd rather just save the 15 coins so we can buy more stuff later. And then notepads are just not a good deal. In my head, a shop point is worth roughly half a stat point. So if you see something like a scroll that's 30 shop coins for 15 stats, that's average rate. And you should think about how many stats you're getting out of each shop coin that you spend in terms of buying items like this. Grilled carrots are a bit of a special exception because they don't directly turn into stats, they only indirectly turn into stats through unlocking rainbow trainings early. But in this case, that's an important enough effect that we want to buy them anytime we see them. So we grab that, we use both of these. Plus 10 friendship to everybody is very good right now. And then let's keep on our training. This is a rest for sure. There's nothing we can really afford taking there. It's a beautiful speed training. Go ahead and take that. Let's also just earmark in where our next race is going to be so that we don't forget about it. We're not going to need the help with power. We'll take wit. The first race that we can do, if we don't have mile aptitude, is going to be here. And then there's also going to be this race. And then there's these three at the end of the year. So we'll just plug all of these in. This is going to be our rough race schedule. We'll keep an eye on those as the year progresses. 2 friends at power, 2 friends at stamina, 2 friends at guts, but it's guts training. I think this is a power training, probably. Although, who has the lowest friendship right now? Nishino Flower technically has the lowest friendship. And Hishi Amazon, so getting a hint out of this is actually kind of interesting. I just really want to level my power facility is the biggest thing. And we should probably stick to power. I think we could go either way on that one. 1 friend at wit, 2 friends at stam, 2 friends at speed. I'd love to take that speed training, but not at 35%. It's going to be another rest. Plus 30's okay, we can work around that. Trick front is never going to go off for Tamamo, so we'll just take stats. Very unlikely that an end closer will be in the front of the pack. Is our mood fixed? 1 friend on power, 1 friend on stamina, 2 on speed, 1 on guts, 1 on wit. I really want to find the opportunity to take some wit trainings, man. Especially with our energy this low. If we're going to do 2 races over the next 2 turns, it's possible we could get Vita 20s out of those, which would help with our energy management. So maybe I am okay taking speed here and then doing 2 races. 5 speed, 5 power versus 10 stam. We're doing okay on stamina right now, and we inherit it. Let's try and take speed just to keep speed moving up. And then at least look at your trainings, because a very good training is going to be better than an open. None of these are very good trainings. We'll jump into the Fuyo Stakes. That's unfortunate, but it's not going to be worth a reroll as just an open. We're only going to get 30 race coins out of that. But life goes on. Gambling and winning would be so good here. Alright, good. Speed power versus guts wit. That's definitely a speed power. And then we have a shop refresh. We have another grilled carrot. We have no energy recovery. We are unlikely to be able to get charming. Well, 6, 5, 4, 3 turns left. We could get the mirror and then the grilled carrots. That would cost us 190. You know, we could wait on that. Yeah, interesting. I don't think I'm going to touch any of those right now, and I'm going to aim for getting charming plus a carrot, because that should put most of our support cards at gold before the end of the year. But that does mean we need to win this race. Good. Okay. And then we also need to win the next one. Not buying notepads. This is a rest for energy, because the only energy recovery we have in the shop right now is an energy drink max, which isn't, like, real energy recovery. Plus 70 would be nice. Plus 70 is great. And then we get to take 1 training here. We should actually buy the Charming Mirror now if we're going to take the training, because we can get a little extra friendship progress out of it. So give me a pretty mirror now. Use it. Then take that speed training, and then we do 3 races. And this should work out really, really well for us. That's a nice wit training too, but the speed training is better for friendship progress. Alright, so we take Kyoto Junior Stakes. We hope that it's a versus race. It is a versus race. We're passing up on an incredibly good speed training for this, though. So this is a speed training. Let's do some math, right? This is a speed training that's worth 42 stats. If we do a race instead and we win the race, we get 100 shop coins. And we know that 100 shop coins should be worth around 50 stats, because 2 shop coins is worth 1 stat. So should we take a rival race that gets us 50 stats, or should we take a speed training that gets us 42? We should take the race. The race is worth more stats. And especially because the race is going to unlock our ability to buy carrots, which are going to put both of these friendships to gold anyway. And because our speed training is already level 3. I definitely think that just doing a race here is better than that single rainbow training, as good as it looks on the surface. And that's not even counting the fact that we get stats out of G3s. It's like another 15 stats or something like that for winning a G3. Plus we get a hint from it, which is valuable, so the calculus really favors doing a race on that turn, as good as that training looked. It's 12. Still, that means our expected stats from running a G3 is 62. 15 energy versus 20 guts? Yes, absolutely 15 energy, please. And then we need to go buy that carrot. So you're coming. Coaching Megaphone isn't great. Guts ankle weights aren't great. Artisan Cleat Hammer is not great. Energy Drink Max is nice. We wouldn't mind having one of those. Speed Manual is nice, and Speed Scroll we'll be able to buy after this open. Although we could train this turn, run the Hopeful Stakes, and still buy that Speed Scroll. But let's start with this. And then we'll also immediately use these grilled carrots. And then we have a single rainbow speed, a power training that puts Nishino Flower to gold, a wit training that puts Hishi Amazon to gold versus a versus an open. The open is still more valuable here. Good. I'm fine gambling here, because our next turn is going to be a race anyway. The Notepad Coaching Megaphone, I don't care about either of those right now. We'll just take stats instead of a Hanshin Race Course hint. Grab our speed... No, not the Notepad. Grab our speed scroll, because that's the one thing that we wanted out of this shop. Everything else, we're fine with that leaving. They aren't high priority for us. And then what are we passing up to do a G1? An okay power training. And that's about it. None of these are even close to the stat gain that we're going to get out of a G1 that gives us 100 race coins. Very good. Alright, so except for dropping that one race that we came in 5th, that is a pretty good junior year. We've got speed all the way up to 3, which is going to be very nice for just leveling speed on off turns. We've won a decent chunk of races. We have a good amount of shop coins going into Classic Year. When the shop refreshes on this first turn, we'll be able to buy 1 or 2 high priority items out of it. And I think we are set up fairly well. Shop refresh. Miracle Cure, good. Vita 20, good. Grilled carrots, we don't need anymore. We're going to get our last 2 trainees to, or our last 2 supports to gold just through training, so we don't need to worry about that. Pretty Mirror we don't need, we have that already. So we want to get Stamina Manual. We want to get Motivating Megaphone. We want to get 1 Stamina Ankle Weight. We want both of these Vita 20s. We also want to get a Berry Sweet Cupcake if we can afford it. We want to get a Speed Manual if we can afford it. We want to get a Miracle Cure if we can afford it. So we're going to need to find another race here in the next few turns. I know there's a few opens in the first 4 turns, so we'll probably keep an eye out for doing one of those. And that'll put us at 114, and then we only need like 108 or something like that, so we should have enough to buy these last 3. Let's lock these in for now. Looking at a decent width. It doesn't progress any... Ooh, that's a good power. That's a power that means we don't have to think about friendship anymore. I would drink a Vita 20 to get there. And from here on out, we don't need to worry about support card friendship levels. They're all done. We couldn't do anything that turn anyway because it was our 3rd race in a row. So now, we can do anything we want. If we don't see a good rainbow training, we can just race. So we don't see any good trainings going on here. Let's just jump into an open. We're expecting this to be worth about 60 or so stats for us. And then this is going to let us get the cure-all. It's going to let us get the berry sweet cupcake. There's a 3rd thing in the shop that we wanted. I don't remember what it was. What? Miracle Cure. Oh, the Speed Manual. Miracle Cure, Speed Manual, Berry Sweet Cupcake. Grabbing a Stamina Ankle Weight wouldn't be that bad if we can come back and grab it later. I don't think it's a priority now, but I wouldn't mind having 2 of those for summer break. Looking at a double rainbow power training. Single rainbow speed, single rainbow stamina. I want to find a way to take this training. I don't think we can get there on energy gain. We can only get to 38. That is not going to be enough to safely take that training. I think this just needs to be a rest this turn. That is unfortunate because that's a very good power training. We just can't afford to jump on it right now. I don't want to spend -1 mood for a level-headed hint, or for a lone wolf hint, so I'll just grab level-headed. Single rainbow speed, nobody on stamina. Nobody anywhere. This is very likely to be a race turn. We can do an open today. The only things we're really looking out for are Satsuki Show, Japanese Derby, Takarazuka Kinan, Kikuka Show, Japan Cup, and Arima Kinan. These are the ones where we want to try and avoid 3 races if possible, so we could go race, race, rest, or we could go race, rest, race. We don't have to take this when it's only 29 stats. We know that a race is going to yield more stats than that on average. So let's just do one now. 3rd's unfortunate, but again, I'm not spending alarm clocks on random opens. I want to spend alarm clocks on G1s. Good energy recovery. An interesting guts training. This is 28 stats worth of guts. And knowing that if we race today, we cannot race tomorrow. So do I think tomorrow's training is going to be worse than this training if I take a race? Knowing that there is a versus race today at a G2. I think this is probably a better training than we're likely to see next turn, and I'm pretty sure next turn... Oh, next turn we can't get a versus race. We should probably race this turn then, and then just train next turn, because the races next turn are quite bad. This is a good training in terms of just building raw stats, but it's not really stats that we need. We're not actively looking to build guts, so we're really only looking at plus 15 stats in stats that we care about on that training. We can skip that and we can just run a race. Is anything about to leave the shop that we wanted? Is the other question. You know, as insurance against Slacker, I'll take a cheap pocket planner. Also, we can grab that second stamina ankle weight. I think I'm fine with that. And then let's go take our versus race. It's fine. Again, not re-rolling it. Just unlucky with end closers. Entirely possible for them to get blocked through no fault of their own. 2 manuals, we definitely like to buy both of those. Single rainbow training with Creek there. That's a training we'd like to take, so let's pop a Vita 20. I don't think it's worth popping a Megaphone here when we're only getting 35 stats out of it total. So 35 and 40% would be 14 stats or so, and we paid like 40 for this thing. So getting 14 stats out of 40 isn't a great exchange unless we also get a good training turn on late April, and we have no way to guarantee that. We don't even know that we're training late April. So I don't think this is a good turn to take a Megaphone necessarily. We can get both of these manuals though. We're fine getting those. And then we'll just take that speed training. We also get a hint out of Shinko Windy, which I don't think is relevant at all, because they're mostly mile hints, but let's take that. And then this is Satsuki Show Day. So this we do spend alarm clocks on, because this is part of our classic Triple Crown epithet. Let's grab our next 100 stamina or so. Long S, very nice. Do we have any skills that we could buy for this? Let's double check before we jump in. We have a little bit of stamina recovery, but I don't want to buy that yet. We have a shop refresh. We could get a little extra stamina out of that. We're going to want to buy a manual anyway. This motivating Megaphone we want. Stamina ankle weights, we already have 2, so I don't feel super compelled to buy more of those. And then a reset whistle we do want, so we'll be able to buy that after this race. Let's go ahead and jump in. We win this race. The question is just how many alarm clocks is it going to cost us? It's going to cost us at least 1. So, yep. Actually, it's not going to cost us any, because this is our free one for the day. It's going to cost us at least 2. There we go. Okay. End closers. Gotta love it. Oh, alright, 1 down. Vita 20. Double wit scrolls. Super interested in that. I think that was also an empowering Megaphone. There's no way we don't take slow metabolism here. Our energy's catastrophic. Vita 20, wit scrolls. Empowering Megaphone for sure. We would be giving up on nothing. I don't care about a motivating Megaphone if an empowering Megaphone is in the shop. And then we'd like to try and race today, just to get that taken care of right now. There is a versus race today. We'd be giving up on a single rainbow power training. I am okay with giving up on a single rainbow power training for the sake of a G2, especially when we haven't won before. I forgot that those existed. We're actually going to have to watch a race. It's been a really long time since we did this. Sure, let's see how Tamamo does. No, late start is nice. Do we see any NPC runners that we're scared of? We see an ogre. That's really the only thing that I'm worried about having snatch victory away from us. Nobody else looks too spooky here. Actually, I have no idea. Is that Yeno Muteki in second? I don't know what her unique does. Maybe she's scary too. If it's not a trainee I can play, I don't know what they do. I think we're just barely going to avoid a pace down here, which is nice. As long as we're hanging with Ogre, I think we're in fine shape. And then we're going to get a velocity boost for being in the top 35% of this pack, probably. We're too far ahead for the back half of our unique to trigger. So the first half is like, I think we need to be in 4th or 5th or something like that. We should be able to hit it by the time we're out of our acceleration zone, because we're pretty far back right now. Ah, never mind. We're gonna hit it a little too early. Still though, we might accelerate fast enough that we get a little bit of speed carryover out of the end of it. Yeah, we should be fine. Alright, not getting blocked, easy win. Simple as that. Does Yae no Muteki have a unique that activates at the end of the race? No. Okay, good. Good, good, good. So that's the race coins that we needed in order to buy our good megaphone. Also some extra carrots from working on the trophy cabinet. Gamble on energy, and that's fine. Win the gamble. Oh my god, there's so much we want to buy. We need to rest or train this turn, though, because otherwise we'll be running consecutive races. Alright, what's priority? Empowering Megaphone is for sure, and then we want Good Luck Charm, Wit Manual, Gut Scroll, and Master Cleat Hammer. Let's see... 40, 70. We're gonna need 110. We'll have enough to buy all of this after the Derby. So we can buy these now, and then we'll be able to get everything else after the Derby. This is a single rainbow power. I don't think that's worth blowing energy recovery on. Taking a wit here would be kind of interesting, but given where our energy is right now, I think a full rest is probably our best choice overall. Plus 70 is lovely. Plus 4 to everything versus Steadfast, which only works for mediums and isn't good in the first place. We'll just be taking plus stats to everything. And then we're into Derby. So again, losing this race is going to be a reroll. There is no training that is better than the Derby. In addition to just being 65 stats by itself, it's also worth like 100 stats worth of epithets. So it is not possible for any training to be better than the Derby is. Don't have to burn a single alarm clock. We love that. Kale juice would be nice. It's not my favorite energy recovery, but it's good energy recovery. Master Cleat Hammer. We could skip Gut Scroll, honestly. Good Luck Charm is more important, though. I'd like to have 2 of those on me, I think. So after we win the Takarazuka Kinen, we can buy Kale Juice, Good Luck Charm, and we'd be at 0 shop coins. We can actually let the summer break shop tell us what we should get. I think we skip Gut Scroll. We're too tight on race coins right now. There's too many good items that we want to buy. So let's grab these 2. I'd really like to train Wit this turn if possible. It's not possible. That's a 36 stat speed power training. We take that for sure. Yeah, it's better than everything else around it. And then I'd really like to run the Takarazuka Kinen. It's not an epithet race, but it is a G1, so it's worth about 60 stats by itself. This is a nice stamina training. We'd be getting 31 stats out of that, but that's not as good as just getting a G race with the race coins associated with it. Good. And then we're into summer break. I want to see big rainbows. End Closer Savvy is a nice hint. Shop Refresh has manuals that we want. It has a Vita 20. It has speed ankle weights. I would like to have speed ankle weights. Neither of these trainings I think are worth using a weight on, but they're both fine. So what do I want to grab out of you, knowing that Kale Juice and Good Luck Charm are about to leave the shop? I think we want to grab Kale Juice, because our next turn can be Kale Juice plus Cupcake. And that'll refill all of our energy and let us train through these last 3 turns. And we have the cupcake on us. Oh, we have a very sweet cupcake. I'd like to grab a regular one if I could. And then we could still afford a Vita 20. We'd be passing up on ankle weights, which are a major source of stats. And that's about it. And we also have only 1 good megaphone and 1 average megaphone. Yeah, there's no way to get our energy back and also get an ankle weight here, which is a problem. I think we go like this. And then this is 25 to fail. I think it makes sense to use a good luck charm here, just to make sure that it works, and then get our full 100 energy back out of the kale juice plus cupcake. So let's use good luck charm, let's use empowering megaphone. Take this speed training. Then we get an okay stamina training, which is probably what we should take here. It's 42 and 24 stats. It's like 60 stats worth of stuff. Kale juice, plain cupcake. Brings our energy back to 100% while preserving our mood, and then we can go train. We actually might want to wait that. We only have 1 speed card in the, or 1 stamina card in the deck. This is about as good as our stamina trainings get. We could get lucky with like other trainees showing up at this training, but Hishi Amazon by herself being here is actually pretty good, because we're getting 37% mood effect out of that. So let's use a wait on that training. It's another good stamina training, honestly. I think I take that again. We motivating megaphone. We stamina ankle weighted again. These are the best places that we could possibly be using these stamina weights. And then I'd love to see like a triple rainbow speed for our last spring break train or summer break training. Is that too much to ask? Yes. In fact, those trainings are so bad that we're gonna whistle them. Seeing no trainings is below average, so this is a good whistle time. And then I think that is a fine speed training. It's not great, but it's good enough to take. Pretty good summer break, all things considered. We're coming out of it with 600 speed, 600 stam, 450 power. I like the way we're looking there. This is also not a half bad wit training, and there's no versus race today. We could take a G3. We do know these are worth about 60 stats, but thinking about our race schedule coming up here, we need to race, race, race. We know that there's a good G2 early October, so we might want to do that, and then we're also looking at something like the Stayer Stakes here to get a hint for longs. Do I think the race we're going to, or the training we're going to see next turn is better than any of these trainings? I mean, we do need to build wit eventually. And we do have items that are about to leave the shop, including a Vita 20. We're supposed to race this turn. We're supposed to race this turn and buy the shop out. So let's grab this G3. And then next turn is probably going to be a rest, unless we see a really good training and decide to blow energy recovery on it. Mood is fine. One rainbow, one rainbow. None of those are good enough. So we take speed manual, power manual, Vita 20. I would love to pick up speed ankle weights at this point before they leave. I'd love to grab a motivating megaphone, I just can't afford it. So I think we grab all of that. This is looking like a rest. I don't think we have a ton of energy recovery right now. We don't. And we don't want to take a race, because then we'd be running 4 in a row. Yeah, this is just a rest. And then we don't technically have to take this race. But we would like to start building up our shop coins again. Speed ankle weights we want. Power ankle weights we want. Motivating megaphone we want. Speed training application would be nice, but it's getting a little late in the run for that to be valuable. Master cleat hammer we want. Fight at 20 we want. Guts manual would be nice. Most of the stuff in the shop we want right now. So it's going to be pretty hard to pull us away from doing a race. That wit training is nice, but it's not good enough. This is going to be a race. Good. By distance, no less. I would love to win the gamble here. Excellent. More power ankle weights. More epithets. Mood down? That's okay. We're gonna fix that through races, probably. These power ankle weights leave in 3 turns. Let's grab them first. We'll grab fight at 20. After the next race, we buy Master Cleat Hammer and Speed ankle weights. And then after the Japan Cup, we probably buy Motivating Megaphone. Is roughly how that looks right now. Do I want to buy a recovery for the Kikukusho? No, we're at 600 stamina. There's no way that we need a recovery for this. We have enough stamina to run the Tenno show right now. Good. We may never lose again. On a long. Hey, we do have long S. Like, we could take the Stayer Stakes, no problem. There's so much to buy. We want all of that. Oh, man. We gotta be racing. Single rainbow. Nothing going on really anywhere else. Okay, so you leave in 3 turns. Speed scroll, stamina manual, good luck charm, stam ankle weights. We don't currently have one, and I would like to have one on me. We can still afford all this. It's going to be close, but we can afford all this. Give me all of this junk. This turn probably should be a rest. But I think instead of resting, I can take an energy 20 and then take that power training and just drain my energy into the Arima Kinen at the end of the year. This is 26 stats. It's not really competing with anything else, and power is low right now, so I think I'm fine taking that. And then we don't technically need to run the Japan Cup and the Arima Kinen. We could run one of each, but we'd need to see a phenomenal training to pull us off of them. Not Breath of Fresh Air, there's unfortunate there. These are not phenomenal enough trainings to pull us off of doing a G1. So let's go do Japan Cup, we'll do Stayer Stakes, we'll have no energy at the Arima Kinen, but that's fine because we can't get skin condition on races in late December. And I think this is working out just wonderfully so far. I don't think we ever need to train stamina again. And I think if we see like 1 triple rainbow speed and 1 double rainbow power next summer break, we're in phenomenal shape. 15 energy versus 5 speed, 5 guts. So energy doesn't matter right now because we're about to run 2 more races. If we take 15 energy, we're just going to burn it on the Stayer Stakes and the Arima Kinen anyway, which means 5 speed, 5 guts is actually a better choice here. Let's go buy the last few things we want out of the shop. We want Motivating Megaphone. We want Master Cleat Hammer. And then we can buy Speed, Ankle Weight, Power Weight at the end of the next turn. Stayer Stakes time. You should look at the trainings you're skipping. That's not good enough to blow like a good luck charm on. So we'll take the Stayer Stakes. We have more than enough stamina for this. Yep. By distance, no less. That's all of our energy gone, but it's fine. We can run... Oh, God. There's so many good things to buy. Acupuncturist, honestly, I think we skip. I don't think you give me anything right now that is all that valuable. We don't need Charming. We don't need plus 40 energy and... Well, actually, plus 40 energy and plus 12 max energy wouldn't be horrible right now. It would tank our mood, though. I don't want to tank mood. Yeah, I don't think we take any of these. I think we just say, no thanks. We're going to get energy out of that, which doesn't really matter. But I don't want to take that risk with how this run is going right now, so give me speed and power ankle weight, and then what else do we want to buy up here? We want energy drink max, we want wit scroll, we want 2 empowering megaphones. I'm not going to be able to afford both of those. I think I would much rather have the weights. So, this is 3 turns left. We would need to run a race first turn senior year when there are 2 turns left, so we can buy them when there's 1 turn left. We can't do that. We're going to get a race penalty. And I'd have to give up on buying both of these ankle weights to buy one of the megaphones. I can't do that. We can get one of the megaphones after the Arima Keenan, and we can buy the wit scroll. And then we're going to have to say goodbye to the energy drink max. I think that's fine. I don't think there's any way to buy both of them. And then none of these trainings are better than a race. Yes, we'll be at 3 consecutive races. That's fine. We can't get debuffed because of when we're running it. Good win. $15 guts isn't exactly my priority. End Closer Savvy's nice, though. Plus 6 to all. Plus 5 to all. This is going to be a rest, unless the training is phenomenal. And a shop refresh. I can't deal with all this right now. So we go Empowering Megaphone, Wit Scroll. In 3 turns, we lose Wit Manual, which we do want to buy. In 6 turns, we lose a Speed and Power Ankle Weight and Energy Drink Max EX or Reset List of the Speed Manual. We can get there. We need to take this turn off. None of those trainings are good enough to pop a Good Luck Charm on. This is just a rest. Plus 50 is fine. Plus 10 is fine. Double Rainbow Speed versus a rival race. We know that the rival race is worth around 65 stats. This is only worth 43. So the race is going to be better. Good. And then we can go buy the last things that we want out of the shop. More scrolls. Oh, this is a phenomenal shop look run. I think. I don't actually totally know. Like, Trek Blazer's only been out for what, like 5 days? I don't have a great sense of what good shop versus bad shop luck is yet, but this feels like incredibly good shop luck. So we want Wit Manual before it leaves. We wouldn't mind having a Motivating Megaphone, although if we headed into summer break now, we would be okay with what we have. I absolutely want a second Speed Ankle Weight and second Power Weight, but we should prioritize the stuff that leaves the shop earlier. And then I guess we take a Speed Manual. I want this Reset Whistle, and I want both of these weights, but we should be able to buy that after the next race or 2. So let's grab these for now. Just get a ton of stats out of it. 22 speed, 22 wit. Today's training is bad. This can be a race day. Let's plug in our senior spring and senior autumn Triple Crown races so that we don't lose sight of them. They are all right here. So at least we've gotten that taken care of. And then we can fill in the blanks with like random G2s if we want to as well. The broader point is that we don't want to run 3 races in a row leading up to the Osaka High, so we can race here, and then we can rest or train early March. Let's take a rival race. Good. Always gamble. 2 more empowering megaphones and a power scroll. How am I going to buy all this? Like, actually, how are we buying all of this? You leave in 2 turns. I don't care about you at all. Reset whistle. Speed ankle weight. I want power ankle weight. I want both of these, and I want power scroll. We need 140, we need 190 in 3 turns. I can't get 190 in 3 turns. I can get 118 in 3 turns, which means we can get 1 empowering megaphone, and we're going to have to let the power ankle weights go, and we're going to let 1 empowering megaphone go. Actually, we have 2 power ankle weights already. I'm okay with that. We also have 2 speed ankle weights already. Maybe I do just buy 2 empowering megaphones. So our stats right now, we're at 722. A good speed training, and I mean like a triple rainbow speed training in summer break, is worth around 200 speed. So if we see 2 good speed trainings, we only need 2 speed weights, and that's it. I don't think I need a 3rd speed weight. I think I try and prioritize getting both of these empowering megaphones. Because we're pretty good on weights right now. Yeah, let's do that. So we can either race this turn, rest next turn, or we can rest this turn, race next turn. Oh, never mind. That's 3 consecutive races. This may actually be a wit turn. Because the wit training's not bad. I don't really need to rest here because we have a decent amount. Well, we only have 1 Vita 20 right now, actually. We probably should rest this turn. It's only 15 stats. That's not that good. Yeah, you should rest here. Now you're full, and that feels good. So you'd really like to race this turn. Because then you can go race, race, rest, and then race Tenno show. Will the game let you do that? So far it will, yes. It definitely will, yes. You have a bunch of stuff leaving in 2 turns. Let's go do a race. Good. We're full energy, so gambling here's fine. A gut scroll is okay. I just don't really care about guts that much. And then we'd very much like to race today, but let's make sure we don't lose any important stuff in the shop. We could buy both empowering megaphones. What do we give up on by doing this? A speed ankle weight, a power ankle weight? I have 2 of both of those. I don't really care. An artisan cleat hammer? I also don't really care. We're looking for master cleat hammers, if anything. I think I can just buy both of these empowering megaphones. This is stuff that we can use on the final turn. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Run the Osaka High. Well, we don't get a ton of value out of the last turn. We'd actually want to aim to use them like right after summer break, I think. We'd also really like to see some more energy recovery in these shops. Like a Vita 65 would be so good for us right now. Even a Vita 40 would be good. Good luck charm, guts, ankle weight. I'll probably buy that good luck charm. I think we only have 1 right now. Mountain of Stamina. Yuri Finale Spark is good. That's an extra 20 speed. 116 stamina. Power Manual, Guts Manual, Master Cleat Hammer. Good Luck Charm. These discount weights I'm interested in. 45 instead of 50. We'll probably buy both of those. Actually, you should snag that gut scroll before it leaves, and then grab the good luck charm after the spring tenno. I think that's a better use of your race coins. And then this we'd like to be a rest or a training. You know, that's a fairly good power training. It's 19 and 12. So you're getting 31 stats out of that. If you blew a power weight on it, you would bump that by 50%. So you get another 15 stats out of it, and these ankle weights cost 50. That is not worth it. You'd only be getting 15 extra stats out of it. We take the power training, but we do not weight it, because that's not an efficient spend of our power weight. And then we run the spring tenno, which we have just enormous amounts of stamina for. This is also Maestro, so at least we get 1 gold. You should look at what you're passing up on. You're not passing up on anything, and this is a gold epithet race, so you would pass up on pretty much anything, but it's good to know what you're giving up. Good. Did you know that this Tamamo actually lost races this career? Even though she's won like her last 4 G1s by distance. I know. I was surprised too. Ooh, stamina scroll. Ooh, long straightaways. Stamina scroll? Yeah. Probably, yeah. Oh, that good luck charm's about to leave. You should grab that instead. I also wouldn't mind... Well, no, we have a cure-all right now, don't we? Yeah, we have a miracle cure right now. I don't think I need to buy Fluffy Pillow Aroma Diffuser if we just have a cure-all sitting around. Let's go like that. We'd probably like to rest this turn, especially because I see no rainbows. Yeah, this is going to be a rest. 50's fine. There's no versus race today, but there is a long. That's a pretty good wit training. So here's the thing about how much a race is worth. For most of this run, we've been talking about how running a race is worth around 50 stats, because 2 shop coins are worth 1 stat, and you get 100 shop coins from winning a race. That's true, but the closer you are to ending your run, the less that the shop coins are worth, because you have fewer opportunities to actually spend them. If we're looking at a training on early December, the shop only refreshes 1 time. So if we have like 200 shop coins on early December and we're thinking about whether we should race or not, that race is not worth 50 stats anymore, because we don't have the opportunity to spend race coins anymore. Now at this point, where we only have 21 shop coins and we know that there's a refresh coming into summer break, a race is still going to be more valuable. But if this was our early December turn, it's possible that we just take this wit training, because this wit training is more valuable than running a G2 right before the career ends. Just something to note about thinking about the race coin conversion into stats calculus that we've been doing for this run. In this case, we want to have a good amount of coins going into the summer break shop refresh, so we're going to take that race. A Vita 20. Studious versus 6 power, 6 wit. Sorry, Cafe. Single rainbow power. Nothing going on anywhere else. Man, this would be a good race turn, too. I don't need another empowering megaphone. We already have 3. That's more than enough. A good luck charm would be nice. And I think that's it. I don't really need anything else here. Given that we're about to head into summer break, I wish this was a better wit training. But it's not. So I think we're just going to take a rest to top up on energy. I should have remembered that that's an energy recovery event. That's my mistake. We could have taken wit there. We passed up like 14 free wit or something like that. And then this is an epithet race, so it's going to be very hard to pull us off of it. None of those training opportunities are going to do it. Let's jump into Takara Zuko. That's a reroll. There is no way that you lose this race. Don't get blocked next time. There you go. That's more in line with what we're expecting. Losing Gamble's fine there, we have energy recovery. Alright, shop refresh. Don't need either of these. Stam manual's good, power manual's good, grilled carrot's way too late. 2 guts ankle weights, wit training application, another empowering megaphone. We have so many empowering megaphones at this point, but I think one more might not actually be that bad. Where are we going to use them? So we're going to use Empowering Megaphone for these 2 turns, Empowering Megaphone for these 2 turns, Rest, and then probably Empowering Megaphone these 2 turns as well, if we see a good training late September. That means the last Empowering Megaphone that we use would be at the end of the career, where we'd be paying 70 race coins to boost 1 training. I don't think there's any universe where Empowering Megaphone is worth it in that spot, which means a Power Ankle Weight is probably better. Just if we see a double rainbow power training. I may even buy a Guts Ankle Weight if we see a good Guts training. And then we don't need to worry about a plain cupcake. We're still holding onto a berry sweet cupcake to fix mood if we need to. I think this is the buy. Now, show me good trainings. Single rainbow power. I would rather cap speed and have a drag power up than train power at this point with 878 stamina. We're going to wind up around 1,000. So, Empowering Megaphone speed ankle weight. We might as well use them if we've got them. This is what we've been buying them for. 1 single rainbow training changes our life, or 1 triple rainbow. A double rainbow's pretty close. Vita 20, speed ankle weight me again. Vita 20, speed ankle weight me again. This is why we bought them. Empowering Megaphone, speed ankle weight. This is exactly why we bought them. And then this may be a rest. Single rainbow speed? We could actually tag this. We have 3 good luck charms, we might as well use them. Yeah, I'm fine with that. Good luck charm here. It's too bad we don't have a 4th speed ankle weight, but it's the way it goes. What a good summer break. What a really good summer break. Now we see 1 more good speed training and we cap speed on this run. Stamina is going to be fine. It takes care of itself. Single rainbow power, not quite good enough. This has to be a rest. Plus 50 is okay. It means we get 1 training, and then we could tag a 2nd training if they're both good. They're not good. So we race this turn then. Shop coins are becoming less and less valuable. This may be the last extra race that we do, honestly. Because we do have 3 major G1s that are going to give us 300 shop coins. We only have 2 more shop refreshes coming. We don't need a lot of race coins anymore. We are mostly done with them. So we'd be looking for good training opportunities, and the biggest thing I'd like to see in shops is more speed ankle weights. I want 1 more speed ankle weight. That's manual, speed manual. No speed ankle weight. That's fine. We just buy these 2 and we save a ton of race coins. Single rainbow speed, not good enough. It's not a good enough guts training, but it is interesting. I think this is a rest. We could still get extra items being added to the shop from doing these races, it's worth noting. That's not a good enough speed training to make us take it over an Epithet G1, but it is close. Really like to see a big double rainbow power training here one more time before the end of the run. Minus 25. That's fine. That's not it. It's also not very good. You need anything else from this shop? Not really. How many power weights do you have? You have 3 power ankle weights right now? We should, well... Unless we see 3 good power trainings at the end of the year, I think we should probably use a power weight on this just to use it up. Otherwise, when are we realistically going to use one of those? This is not a good time to use it, and we're not getting a return on our investment. We paid 50 for this, we're getting 12 stats. That's not good. But it's better than ending the turn with a power weight in our inventory. And we also don't want to do a triple race into the Japan Cup. We can do a triple race here. There is nothing going on in training today. So this seems like a great time to do a race. I don't need any of this. The motivating megaphone can bridge 2 turns in the finals, and then the empowering megaphone can take the last turn. So we don't need to buy. We're just saving race coins for whatever's in the final shop when we get that final refresh at the end of the career. That will be a reroll. We can do this 2 more times. There we go. Much better. So I'm going to scroll Master Cleat Hammer. How are we doing on Cleat Hammers right now? We have 3. We also have 290 coins. We're about to have 390, and if the training this turn is bad, we're going to have 490. The trainings aren't that good this turn. We're going to have 490 coins. We can actually buy a Cleat Hammer here and just use it on the Arima Keenan. This is going to be Stayer's Stakes. How many tags I have? I have 2 tags. We need to see... Well, actually, I think we'll be okay. I think we train the first turn in senior year, and then we tag the other 2, and we shouldn't have to worry about our energy. So we can just bleed ourselves dry here. Mostly just looking for good long hints or end closer hints from doing this race, rather than looking for coins. Distance on the Stayer's Stakes. Don't need either of those, although we could buy the empowering megaphone. There's our plus 30. That's an okay power training, but it's not good enough. Give me an empowering megaphone. There's really no drawback to buying a stamina training right now. No, we're not going to train stamina in the finals. What are you saying? Just grab the empowering megaphone. Use your Master Cleat Hammer. Again, we're not getting a great return on stats out of this. But what we are getting is a few extra skill points, which is nice. Okay. Stam manual, we'll buy that. We may actually need to rest the first turn of the finals. Otherwise we just don't have the energy. Yeah, maybe we see a good luck tag in the final shop refresh. Let's see. Vita 20, power manual, Vita 20. Never mind, we're fine. Stam manual. 250 race coins is a little high to be ending with, but I'm not really sure where we could have given up a race. Use all of these to get to 51 to make your first training safe. That's a great speed training. I really wish that we had weights for it. But let's use an empowering megaphone. Take this training. Ramp up is a nice hint. Use a cleat hammer. We want to see 2 double rainbow power trainings on the last 2 turns. Surely that's not too much to ask. I don't think it's too much to ask anyway. Plus 20. Hold on. It's not a double, but it's close. This would just cap our speed, though. I think we have to do that instead. So tag it. Empowering megaphone it. Hey, this is more power, right? This is 19 and 11, this is 12 and 7, but this caps our speed, and I think that's nice. And we could still see a double power training next turn. So we'll take the speed training. Master Cleat Hammer the race. Okay. And then I want to see a double rainbow speed training, and then I'll be happy. It's not a rainbow. Do we have a whistle? We do have a whistle. What a good time to have a whistle. It's still not a rainbow. I wish I had a second whistle. Well, might as well use the power ankle weight, because if you don't use it, you lose it. Good luck, Charm Me. So we overbought a little. This is what we've got left as our items. This is insurance. This is insurance. This is just we didn't see good trainings for it, and that'll go away. This isn't that bad. I think our energy management this career was very, very good. We are going to cap speed. We're over 1,000 stamina, which was our target. We're going to have 1.5-ish gold recoveries. We have Swinging Maestro, and then we also have the Radiant Star. So we'll be fine there. It is a shame we didn't get power over 1,000, but we saw the route to do it. We saw how it could have been possible in this run. With just marginally better trainings. Still, though, I think that is a successful proof of concept for this deck. Given the resources that we have available, I think it works quite well for us. 1200, 1047, 989. So there's a 12, 10, 10, 5, 5 in here somewhere. With really good luck, I think there's a 12, 10, 12 in here somewhere, but I don't know how many runs it would take to manifest that. So we take Adept, Maestro. We have a lot to buy. We also need Radiant Star. End Closer Savvy is nice. Tail Held High is nice. End Closer Corners, Long Straights. I don't need any other recoveries. Gambit is just nice and reliable. Ramp Up's good. Homestretch Haste is good. Straightaway Adept is good. Straightaway Recovery's fine. And then we're really just taking things that activate for team trials points at this point. Because there's nothing else really left. So that would be like a Deep Breaths or a Standing By. That leaves us with 39. How many gold skills we have in this deck? Oh, only 2. Yeah, that makes more sense. And also this is a level 1 Tamamo for potential, so we're not going to have a ton of gold skill opportunities. But still, this should be a high S or low S+, I think. It's a medium S. I'll still take that. 2 power, 2 long, 2 white lightning, an exceptional amount of sparks. TS Climax, Glittering Star, End Closer Savvy, Long Straights, Straightaway Recovery. This is a usable parent. We'll give you the long stamp. And then let's go ahead and slot you into team trials. 34 races, 31 wins. I think we're right on target for how many races we want to be doing. We've got the unique epithet for you, so you can definitely get that. We've completed all of our event point rewards, which is nice. And then let's go plug you in. You go here. So that's our long runners done. This creek is okay. It could use a bit of work, but long S is nice. This winning ticket needs a complete rebuild. The stamina is nowhere near where it's supposed to be, but on 2500s she does fine. And this Tamamo Cross is also fine. Long S, it would have been nice to get 1000 power. These are good enough longs that I don't think I need to touch them for a little while. It's time to move on to other stuff. In particular, this medium slot is really, really suffering. So I think that's what we'll probably work on next time. But let's go take this Tamamo out for a spin. We also have the deck for longs picked out, which is, or for mediums picked out, which is nice. Wow, that's a good race. First, second, third for our long runners is nice. It doesn't look like the person we were running against has rebuilt theirs yet. 560 is a good score. $2,600, we were 3rd, 4th, 6th. It's not great. At least that's a race distance that Ticket can handle. This is a 2,500. Ticket should be fine. Yeah, Ticket first. As long as it's a 2,500 or a 2,600, she's chilling. Anything longer than that, it starts to get a little scary. That's not looking good. Should be looking at score a little more. Tamamo's fine, surprisingly. Yeah. I mean, it's all the stuff that we rebuilt in Trackblazer at the top, which shouldn't be that surprising. Eventually, we'd like to get everybody to that point. Tamamo winning again. She's good. She's good enough. I think there's more in that deck, but she's good enough for team trials for now. So I think we're good putting her down and moving on to some other projects. As far as what the other projects are, I think this is the deck that we settled on for being good for mediums. And I need to do a little bit of thinking for who it's going to be good for. But this stat line is an incredible stat line for mediums. So I think we switch out Creek for Fine Motion, and then we stick Fuku back in, and then we take Dosho back out. The other deck that was kind of interesting was this one, this double Guts deck instead of double Power. I think this would work extremely well on a trainee that has Speed, Power, and Guts growths, because we'd be getting a lot of stats out of running these two alongside each other. So we're going to do a little bit of experimentation for medium decks after we get back into those starting tomorrow. But for now, let's just go ahead and wrap up the end of our dailies. And then get ready to move on to some different projects. We're doing A-okay on coin income. All the way up at 800. We could even think about upgrading sub potential here relatively soon if we decide there's a medium runner we really want to chase. Take all of our carrots from giveaways and logins, check in on our club. There it is, still here. Catch up on our conversations in the lobby, because technically they're archive progress. Might as well get a very small amount of carrots out of them, and then let's go do our bingo spins. Take all of these. And then I'll take all of these. There you go. It's a 13 spin card. Very nice. So that's going to do it for Uma. If you have enjoyed the episode, do make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel. Those are metrics that I use to figure out what people are enjoying, in particular around like how many runs in a row can I really try and workshop a deck before people look like they're starting to get bored. So let me know with the like button and the subscribe button whether you are enjoying the Uma content. If you have any questions, comments, or discussion topics that you want to bring up, do let me know down in the comments below. I would love to hear about how things are going on your end and maybe talk about some of the higher level mechanics kind of ideas of Uma at the start of a video if it's a particularly interesting question. But until then, that's all I've got for you. Enjoy the rest of your night, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one.